reggae music, it kind of made us feel like a sense of belonging, like somebody could hear us. And that I just felt like I should dig more into it and get to know it more. And I remember the first time going to Jamaica, I could not forget it. It was one of the best moments of my life. I got to be where this music originated from,
Yes.
and I went to where Bob Marley's family come from and everything. It was just crazy.
Absolutely.
And did you at that point did you have like a sound system that resonated with you, or an artist? Was there anybody who inspired you in that moment when you're trying to get a foot in into the entertainment industry?
Yes, definitely. When it comes to artists, definitely the King Yellow Man, Chaka Demus, people like Josie Wales, Brigadier Jerry, all the foundation artists. Desmond Decker, one of my favorite singers. All those artists from back in the day, the Ken Booth. I never really picked on one. I felt like all of them had something to put on the table, and I just listened to all of them, Eric Donaldson and everybody. But it was, as far as sound system, we had local sound systems in Africa.
Yes.
The Shashamane sound, which is about, I think, 42 years old this year, and there's a sound called King Lion sounds. What they did is the bosses had migrated overseas before that, and they were bringing music back home, which is the records and the cassettes,
Yes.
and they will debut it to us, and we listen to it. And the only time we get to listen to reggae was on a reggae show called Reggae Time every Tuesday. And those times we used to sneak out and just listen to the little radio, and
Yeah.
but it's all a blessings, man.
Let me ask you, this personality, this charismatic persona that you display on stage, is this something that's innate? Is it something that you're just naturally born with, or did you have to hone and develop it so that you could adjust to whatever situation you had to encounter on stage?
No, this is just me, man. This is just me. Even when I bawl eye water on stage, that was just exact my true emotion feelings, because Sumfest was a stage that I've watched throughout the years, and
Mm-hmm.
just being on that stage, and I think I started bawling maybe 3 songs before the end. I felt it, and for some reason I felt like I felt like I saw my father's face. My father died over 20 years ago, and I felt like I felt his emotions around, because I've always wondered what my father would thought of me today. He passed away when I was very, very young, and
Yes.
and may his soul rest in peace. And also, I lost my brother, and I've always made sure that whatever I do, I know they're watching over me, so they are my angels.
And it's interesting that you mentioned the Reggae Sumfest Global Clash, because that's something that I wanted to ask you about, and you've just answered that. But I've seen you on stages doing your thing, from the Reggae Sumfest Global Sound Clash to Grooving in the
Mm.
Park, winning
Yeah,
that big clash in New York, to
yeah.
across Europe. How do you mentally prepare yourself for a sound clash, and just talk to us a little bit through that process? And you do everything for yourself. You're announcing your songs, you're playing the music, you're
And you
running
drop a
back and
ground too.
forth, you're engaging the audience. So tell us about that preparation, and you keep
It's
winning.
it's I don't really know. I just felt like God is really with me every time. I, I every class I go to, I say Umon Kangali Junubil Magder Wasulu Mahal Lakin Alela, and I mention the area where I'm from. What that means is, we the black people from South Sudan, they thought we would never make it nowhere in life. So I am literally representing, the one who have been denied, not only in music but in everything, in the walks of life. And I know my purpose. My purpose is to go up there and put my best foot forward. And whatever happens after that, I leave it to the audience. But preparing is very, very hard. It's a lot of money. More time I go to bed hungry, but it's a it's a journey that I will never regret, and I will never change it for anything, because that is what makes, me work even more harder, because when I get on that stage, I know I have put in so many hours, so many sleepless nights. Even right now, I'm still in the studio. I'm actually preparing for my clash in December from now. So when
Wow.
December comes, I'm well ready. Yeah.
Where are you talking to us
Wow.
from now?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia at the moment.
Are you in America? No, you've
Yeah.
copied several titles and awards. Which would you consider to be the most meaningful or the most important one to you?
They all have different meanings,
Yeah, I
the
figure.
Jamrock cruise was very
Yeah.
special, because I think each one of them is very special, because it's the first time an African has won each of those events.
Mm.
And I'm hoping to open up a lot of doors, not only for Africans, but for a lot of young sounds in Jamaica, in the whole Caribbean, in America, all over, and kind of just let them know that, despite what you're going through, you can still make it through.
A quote from Dynamq. I come from far away and I appreciate every single step, from lean shoes to clean shoes. Now, when you reflect and you look back at what you have accomplished, do you have family still in South Sudan, and how do they feel about what you have accomplished and where you are?
Yes, I do have family, and they definitely they stay up late, wake up early in the morning to hear the results. Even though the internet is kind of slow home, so they're
Yeah.
just waiting for that WhatsApp text. I won or I lost. At the end of the day, they still celebrate, and me being the only sound system from South Sudan, it's so nice to see the sound system interest in not only in South Sudan, but in Eastern Africa and Central Africa, that's growing, and people are really realizing you can also clash with 45s, and
Right.
just is it's a culture that definitely a lot of Africans yet do not understand, but thank God for the social media. Now they get to see what's happening.
Well, I tell you this. I think one of the reasons that you are so successful, not just your charisma and the way you deliver and prepare, but I do believe it's also the connection that you make with the people that you're playing towards. Because if you don't connect with them, you're going to flop.
Yeah,
Straight.
yeah, definitely,
And so I've
definitely.
seen you, and I'm there saying, you have people who are probably more wilder in terms of what they do on stage, but it's how you do it. And then you always come across very well prepared because you do everything yourself. So it's a
Yeah.
bunch of elements that work in tandem to, for you to be the way you are. And one of the things I wanted to find out now, with all this winnings and all this talent and all these connections with the people, where can your people see you next? Where's the next show for you?
Well, the next show, it's this Friday. I'll be in Florida, and then Saturday I'll be in Guyana with DeMarco. It's a blessing, man. I've been on the road. I just came back from Sweden. I did a Uppsala Reggae Festival down there, and I've always said,
Nice.
with everything that's happening to me, I always want to give thanks to the Jamaican sound system culture, because without them, I will not be doing what I love right now. I will not be traveling the world. So reggae sound system culture, thank you. And also big up to all the foundation, the Ricky Trooper, the Jack Scorpios, the Kilimanjaros, everyone that played a role before me and made sure that they did they opened up all the doors, and they did all the hard tasks for us to be enjoying what we do today. So every moment I have a chance like this, I want to give thanks to the foundation.
With all your successes, Dynamq, I've met you personally and I've seen you winning on stage, getting the glory, getting the praises, and you just remain humble, just the same, just humble. What keeps Dynamq grounded?
Because everything I have right now, I could lose it instantly, by making a wrong move. And I always don't forget that, you know, everyone has a stomach to feed. maybe this is my moment now, and I know there's gonna be somebody's moment next, and also I have to let them shine as well. And I have to also always remember that this music, there were a lot of people that suffered for this before us, for us to enjoy this. It's, I'm just passing through.
Well, while you're passing through, how can people reach you in terms of social media, or how they can connect with you? Give us your handles and who is management if you have any.
Yes, definitely. My management is Irish and Chin, and
Nice.
all.
Okay,
Yeah,
That
Irish
good.
and
explains
Chin.
a lot.
Well, that explains a lot, right? That's
Right? Your structure and
Yeah,
Irish and
everything.
shit. What?
And
Yeah,
big
man.
up, big up
organization.
Irish and Chin. I was in Japan 2 weeks ago,
My
and
goodness.
with Mighty Crown and Barrington Levy and the great Freddie McGregor, POK.
Oh, you're on
It
the Far
was.
East cruise.
Yes, I was in the Far East cruise,
Yes,
and
yes.
just to see the Japanese embrace reggae music like that, it was so amazing. So big up Far East cruise, and also Irish and Chin. Back to your question, my handles are Dynamq, which is Dynamq, as you can see right there. That's my Instagram, that's my Facebook, that's my Twitter, and the new thing, I don't even remember the name of it, but that's it right
Wow.
there.
TikTok,
Threads.
TikTok,
Threads.
Threads, yeah, Threads, that's my thread as well.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Dynamic is it's really awesome talking with you, and we've reached out to you before, but you have been traveling extensively, so we're happy that you're able to take time out of your busy schedule literally to talk to us. And you did ignite the crowd on that Far East cruise with the clip that you posted on your social media
Yeah.
as well. So big up yourself. How does it feel knowing when you're on stage and you're playing and you're doing your thing and you see how it is impacting people, what you have planned, what you prepare, and now you're executing and you see the impact?
It feels amazing, it feels really good because this is something that it's like you preparing a meal and you present it to people and they enjoy it. So, the preparation is always like, you're always wondering. There's been a lot of changes. Like this speech. You don't understand how many times I've stood up in front of the mirror and made a speech and said, "No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work." And I have to work out because I have problem breathing now. I have to, keep my exercise going. It's a lot of things, but I love that journey because by the time I get on stage, people think they're just getting a small preparation, but I've prepared a long time.
Wow,
Dy-
awesome.
Dynamic.
Continue being great.
Before you go, how you manage the flying? That's a lot of flying. You Japan 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You go, yes, sir. You go Sweden, and it looks like the time frame in between these destinations is short.
Yeah.
What is your methodology or your formula to be? Cause when you get off these flights or these long voyages, you seem fresh, like you were just walking from around the corner. So how you
I
doing
want,
it?
I want to tell you, during the Sumfest, I still had jet lag.
Moss.
I was, yeah, and I don't know if you remember, I took off my shoes, and it's like I could see stars, but I am hungry for this. See, once you're hungry for something, the tiredness doesn't mean anything. You just keep going and going.
Wow,
Well
that
said.
is so true.
That
Dynamic, we wish you all the best, and continue being you, man.
keep shining, brother.
Respect. Thank you
Keep
very much.
shining.
Thanks for having me.
Enough love.
Blessings.
Dynamic.
Yeah,
All
man.
right,
Baddest
awesome.
select about the selector,
Baddest.
player, dancer,
Yes.
presenter,
You know how much
announcer.
sound him done?
Hey, man, I tell you something, brother. If you pay everybody for all the work you do, you probably wouldn't make no money. You just collect the whole of money and done. Smart move. You work smart.
Like, like you say, right.
What you say?
Right.
Right?
Right. Big up
Blessings, man.
dynamic. Love.
All right.
Dynamic, big up.
Yeah,
Love,
man.
love. All right. So we have another big up coming up, and this is the Gal Fest. That sound like my kind of fest. Well,
Right? It is indeed your
Calvin
fest, and of
James.
course, Calvin James, welcome.
Big up Calvin.
Yeah, man. man. Thank you for having me, man. Thank
Boy,
you for having me.
well, you're gonna have me because it's a show. You look sound like a my kind of thing, man.
I'm telling you that, and that's what it is. This is the show for the ladies, Girl
Right.
Fest.
Yes.
And real quick, let me just tell everybody, because, we're in Jamaica. When we came up with this name, my friends, we said, listen, man, we want something for the ladies, them. And we came up with this acronym where we said Girl Fest. But girl is for girls are lovely. And why we say that, we want to infuse that. We want to keep that energy there where people know, say, listen, man, Jamaican and all, we celebrate the ladies, them. So this is this show is a show where directly we want the gentlemen, them, but when the ladies, them come out, them know so they get celebrated. That night there, we big up all of the ladies, them. Everything is set directly for it. And we don't want nobody to feel like that we say, girl, no, we're Jamaica. When Obama come to Jamaica, the first thing he said was, Wagwan, we embrace our language, our
Definitely.
talk. We say, girl fest to make the ladies them know, so listen, man, this show is for the ladies them. And girls are lovely. We're not tops to that. So
All right.
that is really what the girl fest about. Yeah.
We got a couple of things we want to find out from you now. Where is Galfest? What time we need to be there? What's
Who
the
is on the
admission?
lineup?
And who is on the lineup? Who is the entertainment for the show?
Look, the main attraction and the lineup this time is Pampute.
Okay.
The hardest working woman in our show business right now. You understand?
Yes, Pampute.
Yeah, so she really come give them fair work. She full of energy and everything. We have a upcoming artist, Peaches. She'll be there too doing her thing, and we have Diamond Leah. She'll be there too. So, and then of course, we have a young upcoming artist also, Enhance. And he'll be there because he'll be passing through. And we have Sativa. We have Sativa, the black one. We have Fire Night. We also this is a show where we elevate our young artists them too, Yeah, Linstead. This is a show we Billy to put Linstead on the map. Our selectors. We have talked about the selector a while ago and big up. But Linstead have some of the baddest selectors in the universe. Not just Jamaica, the whole universe. Them just need a stage to make the people and see who them is. We start calling them, listen, it's not a joke thing. And right now, Linstead at the party capital of Jamaica. It's just that it is a hidden secret. And people, Girl Fest is a show where the world are going to find out about, because of the talent that pass through the show here on a yearly basis. And the beautiful ladies, because we can't live without that, Jamaica.
Yes, and girls are lovely. That's it, go.
Yes.
Gal are lovely.
Come on, listen, we have a thing. It's because you feel good by yourself. You know what I mean? You feel good, you smell good. Ladies, every ladies, from them come out and them just feel good. This is a Girl Fest feel good edition for the ladies then this year.
You know what I love with you? Me just say you say something a while ago. Me say me don't know how you say it's a hidden secret. No, if it's a secret, it's already hidden. And if it's hidden, it's already a secret. It's just like when I tell somebody if you reverse back. But I love the whole idea how we're celebrating the women. I wanted to tell us, as you say, what's a good time for people to come in and get situated?
All right. Starting from about 8 o'clock, everything's starting. I mean, the whole vibe starting. People start throwing at the venue. Fix up the venue. As I said, you come in, you take your photograph, you talk with the DJs. Because we have a meet and greet thing, where they entertain and meet with the ladies and, upcoming artists and everybody. We take pictures and everything. So that starts as early as that. And then we also have a little talent contest. Now, it's not really, a young upcoming artists, the school has them over 18 who just want to come through and display them talent. We give them that little time from say 8 to 10. So they showcase them things, get a feel at the stage. Because, Jamaica is a place where we party and sing and have fun. It's a tourist place where we party and have fun to send out people to the world. We're talented,
Very.
So this party is also, it infuses all of that. It's basically, as we say, listen, it's a known fact. Without the ladies, the party no fun. It's just for fun. So it's when the ladies them come in and put on them style, Jamaican dress, different fashion style.
All right. Here what you're giving now. You're giving a whole heap of thing about the ladies now. We would need some mechanics for the party.
All right, like the $1,500
Yes.
pre-sold and the 2,000 at the gate.
Right.
And the outlets.
VIP for $3,000 pre-sold
Right.
and 3,500 at the gate.
Right.
And you know, Sunday, August 6th, yeah. Island
Where we
Dream
get
Hotel.
tickets.
Island Dream Hotel, Church
Yeah,
Road.
man.
Okay, that's
Church
in Bagua.
Road, Bagua. Yeah, man, Church Road, Bagua, right on the main. You can't miss it. You understand? And
Where you get the tickets?
you get tickets at 5-Star Promotions and Graphics Center. You can get tickets at King's Landing. Yeah, King's Landing is also one of our sponsors. King's Landing right up the road. And you can get tickets at the Island Dream Hotel itself. And you have Gay and Car Wash. Just link up Gay and them youth there. And Dixon Drug Store. And you can also link up Chrissy, the real grocery lady. She have a real grocery store, one of the realest lady in the game same way. And just ask for Nyla when you make the call, and that's it. You know.
And if you push come to shove, you can pay at the gate.
Yes, man. You can pay at the gate, man.
All right.
You can pay at the gate. Yeah,
Calvin James, we hear that you're really enthusiastic about this event, and we truly wish you all the best. And like you said, you're urging patrons to come out as early as 8 o'clock.
Yeah, for a nice time. And we want to invite you, Miss. we want one of them here to come bless us, bless us with your presence at the party too, guys like that, you have Miss Irie FM, so we are big up just the same. And the general, because if me to talk, me talk all day about Belfast, and me talk all day about my love.
That's why you see we are fucking fire.
Yeah, we know you will talk all day, man. We're passionate.
But you're passionate.
Just give me one to big up all the people, because you know it, but listen, everybody want to big up on yourself. When you hear your name, so much love. We are big up Linstead, big up the surrounding area, big up all of the people who make Galfest, because say, I'm going to promote and make this show. Galfest is a community show. The patrons make it happen. And big up all of the fans who make it happen over the years. And big up Irie FM, because right now the Irie FM, Rumbar sponsor this, King's Landing Delhi, the general himself, him don't know it is. And big up Dixon Drug Store, big up the Auto, MD Auto, big up Full Up Sundays, big up Real Groceries. Yeah, listen, enough big up to everybody who make Galfest. 5-Star Promotion, we are the baddest graphic team, and not change. So, you just come forward and I see him so it go.
All right, Calvin.
All right, thank you so much, Calvin.
Enough love.
And thanks for the interview, all right?
Respect Calvin James, promoter.
All right, thank you so
Galfest.
much, Calvin James.
All right, big up, blessings and more blessings.
All right, so.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I tell you, Calvin, a ramp it up,
Calvin,
man.
a promote
I could have
Look here
4
man.
program that
Sure.
now one hour ago. Big up yourself, Calvin. 4 big up. We'll
Yeah,
charge
but
you for
that's what it is about. He's doing his thing.
And
He's
it's been
passionate about it. He's enthusiastic, and
He's been doing it
you
for a
know,
while, and
yeah.
in community love it, and he's endorsing and getting everybody together. So big up
to the
yourself,
point
Calvin.
where he's put GAL is an acronym.
Of course.
Girls are lovely.
Girls are lovely.
He didn't say yeah.
Gals are lovely. That sound right. Gotta be girls.
Yeah, his acronym. He's passionate about his event, and we truly wish him all the best. Calvin James.
Big up yourself, Mr. James.
And
Gal
we have
Fest.
some 3 minutes remaining.
Well-
3 minutes before Muta well, it's not Muta today.
No? Who is
No.
it? Who are we today?
I think it's
It's
Roger. It's Roger Haspel.
well, is he here or is he working from the other? We don't see him here, so he must be working
Don't worry
remotely.
yourself.
No man, we
Don't
know
worry
how
yourself.
we know how him do film thing, antenna.
Right.
Nothing but antenna style him work with, So big up yourself,
Yes,
Roger,
yes.
when you get here.
Absolutely. We must say big up, of course, to everyone who came through and made the EBUZZ possible. Big up to Selector Dynamq, who came on, Wise Words, Poet,
And Skram. Big
our
up-
music artist.
Big up
What a
yourself,
name.
Scram. Right? Scram no easy. Big
Yeah,
up
for coming through.
coming through. So big up for everyone, and we want to say thanks to the entire team. We want to say big ups to our producers, Shamara Preston, Vivian Stewart, Jody Ann Dawkins, and Roshona Fitzhenley, who's in studio with us here. And our technical operator, DJ Lollipop, studio engineer is the great Nicholas. Hey, Nicholas.
Pick up yourself, Tricky.
Tricky. You must say bless up.
I
And of
hear
course,
Tricky Man.
right, and of course, our social media specialist, Peter Broadbar for
Big
making
up
us.
yourself, Peter. Absolutely. And again, happy birthday to our very own DJ Sunshine. I think Shanae is celebrating a birthday today, and Wise Words also celebrating a
August is
birthday.
a
So
popular
happy
month.
birthday. It is. It is.
Yeah.
And we have so many more birthdays coming up in August. Not
Mine
true.
coming up. Yeah, mine is that month too. So you're
Don't
done.
forget.
Yes, my
Sure.
dear. Boy, me tell you. The years drop off, say a wicked cricket game me I play this a year, yeah, you know.
Okay.
Half a century. Cricket game there.
Nice. Oh gosh, Paul.
Yeah. So we out of time.
That's our time.
Yes.
I'm Kishima Francis.
And I'm DJ Bones. Join us next week for another exciting edition of the EBUZZ. Roger Haspel is up next with the
With the
cutting
cutting
edge.
edge.